In this time, we will talk about the factoring method if there is no or no more common factor. In this case, we can use maybe grouping, trinomial factoring, or binomial factoring. So, at first, we will talk about grouping. Let's look at these two examples. The number one, 3x cubed plus 8x squared plus 21x plus 56. If we want to use grouping method, then this polynomial don't share any common factor. Please look carefully whether there's any common factor out of these four terms. As you see, there's no common factor exists. Now we can begin to use grouping. Then how to use grouping? So follow this video please. So first of all, I'm gonna divide this polynomial half and half. So simply we can divide the first two terms and then last two terms. So 3x cubed plus 8x squared become first half, and 21x and 56 become second half. And then we factor half and half. Okay? So now what's the common factor between 3x cubed and then 8x squared? Yes, it is x squared. So we factor by x squared. Then this come out 3x plus 8. Is there any more common factor between 3x and 8? No. Then don't forget cover by them and then make multiplying symbol here. Then this become x squared times 3x plus 8. And now the second half here. Then now you can make same thing. So what's the common factor between 21x and 56? Because these are big numbers, so you get confused, then you can always using 2, 5, 3, 7, those 4 basic prime number in the following this order. So now let's analyze it. Is 2 working between 21 and 56? No. What about the 5? No. What about 3? We know 21 is multiple of 3, but not 56, so 3 doesn't work. What about 7? So let's try it. So 21 divided by 7 become 3x. So following the same sign here, so become 3x. And then 56 divided by 7 become, yes, 8. So become 8. Now, since 3x and 8, no more common factor, you cover by them, make multiply symbol, then this become plus 3x plus 8 times 7, which means you can rewrite this x squared 3x plus 8 plus 7 times 3x plus 8. So now, do you see any common factor between these two terms? Yes, as you see, 3x plus 8 become a common factor. So you factor by this binomial one more time. Then this becomes 3x plus 8 times x squared plus 7. And since there's no more common factor, there will be the factoring of this polynomial. Then let's look at second example here. It's the same concept. Before using grouping, you have to double check this polynomial shares any common factor. So let's look carefully. 7x cubed, 4x squared, and 28x and 16. Do you see any common factor? No. Then we can begin to use grouping. So the same thing. I'm gonna divide first half and second half and then make 7x cubed and the 4x squared as a first half term, and negative 28x plus 16 becomes second half. Now, do you see common factor between 7x cubed and the 4x squared? Yes, it's become x squared is the common factor then this becomes 7x minus 4. Since there's no more common factor between 7x and 4, you cover by them and make a multiplication, then this becomes x squared times 7x minus 4. Now the second half here. But in this case, you really have to be careful because the first question case, the middle sign was plus here. So there's no problem to factoring. And then without any obstacle, but this time we have minus sign here. If you see minus sign, because this is a leading term between these two, so you must factor by negative number. Okay? So then now 28 and 16. Do you see any common factor? So again, if you feel confused, then you can always write 2, 5, 3, 7, and then analyze it. Is 2 working? Yes. Then you factor by 2. Now, it should be negative 2 here because of this sign, this factor by negative 2. I can show kind of alternative root later, but so far I'm going to make some system, so I'm going to put negative 2 here. Then this become 7x and then minus 4. Why? Because you factor by minus sign, so those signs must be opposite. Okay, make multiplication sign, then this become negative 2 and 7x minus 4 like that. Now, do you see any other common factor? Yes, 7x minus 4 and 7x minus 4. There will be the common factor. Therefore, we factor by 7x minus 4, then this become x squared minus 2 here. Since there's no other common factor, there will be the answer for this polynomial.